trouble. Back straightaway.
Trevor Bain into the outside wall. He got clipped and turned sideways. A major crash heading for 3.
Half the field is going to be involved in this one. Casey Kane gets a piece. Harvick gets punched in the nose. You got Stewart getting through. You got Matt DiBenedetto spinning to the inside of the racetrack. Danica Patrick gets some damage as well. Justin Allgaier's in it. Carl Edwards is winding his way through. The same for Brad Keselowski. We look back up the Alabama Gang super stretch. Kyle Larson facing the wrong way. Ryan Newman, also Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Joey Logano, David Reagan, Greg Biffle, and the one that's worse for wear is Trevor Bain. That car at rest, pointing in the right direction, but front, back, and side to side, that Ford is all torn up on the backstretch.
Going to need a program right now to recap everybody involved in this crash. Well, we talk about the big one. We just had one. 46 laps are complete. We're under caution flag for the second time. Sprint Vision has the replay. Rusty, let's walk everybody through it. The field off turn number 2. Looks like Trevor Bain just lost the air on the back end of that Ford.
Yeah, these cars have got pretty small spoilers on the backup nowadays. And Trevor Bain, coming off of turn 2, just lost it, got loose, got up and just took everybody out. And it just goes to show you guys, we talked about avoiding the big one. It can happen everywhere. This accident here pretty well happened mid-pack.
Yeah, it was way back there in the mid part of the racetrack for some of those hanging out in the back. Again, not the place to be at this particular time. Let's go back for a recap of what happened in turn 2, Dave.
Joe, if there wasn't any contact, it was all but contact that turned Trevor Bain around. It looked like the Kurt Busch machine got very tight in the center lane coming off turn number 2. He came up the banking, and if there was no contact between his car and the left rear corner of the Trevor Bain machine, he got awfully close enough to, as you said, take the air off the Bain car. Trevor turned sideways toward the inside wall, tried to correct it, and when it took a bite, it went straight into the outside barrier, and it was on from there.
And, of course, that continued down there. And, Mike, we are trying to gather all of the information we can here on the number of cars involved. Recap it for us.
Well, I would say on the better half of close to half the field, Jeff, had one piece of that wreck or another. And right now the field is under caution, and they're winding their way through not only this debris field, which parts in pieces and sheet metal and debris all around the backstretch, but there's also cars that remain on the inside of the racetrack. You got Kyle Larson down there. Safety crews are on the scene with him. Greg Biffle has left the scene. David Reagan's still over here. Those two drivers are going to be climbing into an ambulance. And right now, safety crews are attending to Trevor Bain's car, which is pinned against the outside retaining wall. Right now, ambulance and safety crews on the scene tending to Trevor as they try to get him squared away and get him in the ambulance and take him to the infield care center.
I'll tell you what, it just appeared that Kurt Busch got so close to the 6th car, Trevor Bain, it actually took the air off a spoiler we talk about, and that car just started getting loose as Kurt was getting to his left rear quarter panel. I understand that was a hard one to call because it looks like maybe he got touched, but he never did. He just lost it, went on around, and boy, I tell you what, there were some unstable race cars in that situation. Loose cars off of turn 2. It took out a lot of them.
We are under the red flag. A multi-car crash on the back straightaway has brought this field to a rest. Obviously, right now under the red flag, nobody able to work on those cars, and we'll get you down on pit road in a minute. Trevor Bain involved, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Greg Biffle, Landon Castle, Matt DiBenedetto, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Danica Patrick, Eric Almirola, Ryan Newman, and that list will grow undoubtedly. That's of the cars that we know for sure have some form of damage, Joe. But up front, though, under the red flag, Jeff Gordon over Jamie McMurray.
A lot of strong contenders for the win, certainly caught up in that crash. One of those was not Casey Mears, who drives the Geico car. He's in the 21st position, and Rhett Rayburn is glad to see that. He's the Southeast Regional Vice President for Geico. He escaped that one, still running good, qualified well. It's been good all weekend. I'm sure that brings a big smile to your face.
Yeah, number 11 starting position. We're happy to see that. Casey's a good guy. Happy for him and the Germain team.
You guys have been involved with that race team for a long time and throughout NASCAR and their various International Speedway Corporation tracks. This year here at Talladega Superspeedway. Apparently, this is a good association for you.
It is. I think a little over 5 years with Casey and the Germain Racing team. It's been a blast. We've loved it. We thoroughly enjoyed our over 10-year relationship with NASCAR. It's such a perfect fit for Geico. Fans are so good. this track and the organization around this race is just amazing. It's a first-class operation. We're really thrilled to be involved with
I
it.
tell you what, I'm so glad you stayed with the team and supported the team, because the Germain company is strong. We know that Casey can really drive that car, and they've been working hard to get better and better, and it's nice to see a company like yours stay behind them the whole time as they went through growing pains, and now they're coming out of that, and they're looking awful strong this year.
Yeah, we're proud of them. Thank you, Rusty. And, you know, they always run good here, it seems. The super speedways seem to be good for our team, so it's even better to be involved with this race because of that, right?
Brett, there's a lot of insurance companies out there. We see them on TV all the time. Why should our listeners go with you?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, you know, there's a lot of good companies. Obviously, I've been with Geico for over 23 years, so it's my favorite one. I'll say, you know, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, we're available for our customers either online, over the phone, any way they want to get in touch with us. We can, you know, whether you ride in it or on it, we want to ensure it. We've got a product for you. So, you know, give us 15 minutes. We might save you some money on your car insurance.
And you have some of the most clever commercials on TV. We all love to see them.
What a great marketing team, right? Yeah, it's been essentially the same team in place for over 20 years. We'd love to keep it that way for another 20, I think, right?
And they even bring the Gecko to the racetrack. How about
I would
that?
like that. I'd like that. I just don't want
he
to
was
ever
down
have
there.
a flat
Oh,
tire.
the Gecko's here today.
Yeah.
We got him up on the stage for driver introductions this time.
Well, next time bring him up here. We'd like to talk to him.
Okay, we'll try to work that out.
Rhett, thanks for everything you do for NASCAR and celebrating this beautiful day here at Talladega Superspeedway. Hopefully we'll get back under the green flag shortly, and hopefully your car there with Casey Mears will come closer to the front.
We'll be pulling for him. Thank you, Joe.
All right, man. Rhett Rayburn, he's the Southeast Regional Vice President of Geico.
No fewer than 14 cars involved in this crash. One of them, Kyle Larson, he's out of the race and with Steve Post.
Yeah, he's out of the race, and the good news is he's out of the care center. Kyle, from your vantage point, what happened?
I think I saw the 6 get loose up ahead, which has kind of been normal the last couple of years, it seems like, on super speedways. But so yeah, I just got caught up, and I thought I was going to miss it there, and then the 40 slid across track, and I tried turning back, you know, down the racetrack to avoid him, and just got into him, and then started spinning and hitting the wall and stuff. So sucks because we haven't really had very many good finishes this year, and we've already had a couple DNFs. So we got some work to do to get back up in the points and hopefully make the chase later this year.
There we go. That's Kyle Larson. He is wrapped up. We're going to keep right on coming down here. Trevor Bain, he's come out of the care center. Trevor, what happened?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but it felt like the 27 was really tight on our door and sucked us around. Our car was a little loose, but we had a fast race car today, and I hate that a lot of cars got torn up, but especially our Advocare Ford. I felt like we worked our way in the top 5 a couple times there, and had a good shot at running well in this thing. And just the air is so sensitive here. Anything, when you get too close to somebody, it can just pull you right around, and it's as much as hitting somebody physically when you get down on their door that tight, and it's just going to happen.
There we go. That's Trevor Bain. Good news is he's out of it, and just a lot going on out there with the air moving around, and David Reagan has now walked out. David, what did you see out there?
Yeah, it looked like the 6 car and maybe another white car just got turned sideways down the back straightaway, and we were in the top groove and tried to slow down, and someone on our left side just kind of came across our nose. And it's very unfortunate with our pedigree Toyota. I felt like we had some good speed, and just one of those things at Talladega. You know, if you're not up in the top 2 or 3, or if you're not running, you know, 38th to 40th, you're very subject to being involved in some accidents like that. So just in the wrong place at the wrong time, but had a good run with the 18 guys. Got to thank everybody at Joe Gibbs Racing for the opportunity, and wish it would have worked out a little bit better. Describe
the track conditions, racing conditions out there today. Was it different, or what was it like out on the track?
You know, I felt like it was very much the same for a sunny, you know, Talladega race. Our pedigree Toyota handled well. Thought it had good speed. The bottom lane wouldn't work very well for some reason. Didn't have a lot of speed with the pack on the bottom, so you're forced to run the 2nd and the 3rd groove. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty normal race. You know, we got single file for a little while, and pretty low key until someone gets turned sideways at 200 miles an hour.
I'll tell you what, he manages to smile. This is going to end the Joe Gibbs era of his career, but David Reagan out of it here, driver of the pedigree Toyota.
Joe, I've been sitting around watching Sprint Vision. They've had some good replays so far, and looking at this thing over and over again. And I got to tell you, Trevor Bayne was probably in the worst position he could ever got himself into. The 27 car was right on the right side of him, Paul Menard was, and just as soon as the 27 got to the right rear quarter panel, the 41 car of Kurt Busch got to his left rear quarter panel, getting close to him. Nobody touched, but it took all the air right off the back of that 6 car. That's one of the most unstable situations to be in. And Trevor just lost all that downforce. Our car went right around. But when you got a car in the right rear and one on the left rear sandwich that type, that's what got this youngster in trouble.
Here's what Trevor and his spotter had to say.
What happened, Freddie? Why did we wreck? Looks like somebody drifted up off the bottom into the left rear and turned us and got back up in the outside wall. I got no eyes on him right now. We're done. You okay, bud? I'm fine. My feelings are hurt. We had a fast race car. Sorry, guys. I don't know if the 27 pulled us around or somebody got into us, but we went for a ride. Looked like somebody come up off the bottom there, bud. I'll get a better look on the replay. 41 just packed air tight on our left rear, turned us. No contact, but he just packed it right tight on the left rear and just got up sideways.
That is Trevor Bayne and his spotter. And the crash happened there off of turn number 2. Our in-car communications are brought to you by Racing Electronics. See Racing Electronics in the souvenir area at your next race, or visit them online at racingelectronics.com.
All right, we gave you a number of cars that were involved. That list, as we expected, is growing, having some sort of damage, and we're headed to pit road here very shortly. Casey Kane involved. They're saying Alex Bowman, although Alex sitting right here in front of us, and that car does look like it's in good shape. You just heard from David Reagan involved, Justin Allgaier, Josh Wise, and they're also saying that Kevin Harvick has some damage. So let's get down there and find out just to what extent the damage is. We're going to start with Winston Kelly.
Well, a lot of guys sitting here on pit road. One of the worst for wear is Greg Biffle. He's got a